Doing the TheraBand to begin. Let's just start taking the band in your hands and lowering the center of the band down below your knees. And then from here, we'll pull the arms apart, keep the wrist straight, and then bring that up overhead, and then bring it behind you, trying to hold the band parallel to the ground. The whole time you're doing this, the arms narrow in, so the curve of the band falls behind your knees, just below. And you can always take out the band or sort of come up on it to make the length shorter if you need to. All TheraBands seem to be different weights regardless of color. There's no unified scheme for heavy, medium, or light. It's so much of life, right? And then we're just going to pull this open, big circle around you, usually from the side. So it's like you're standing inside a bubble and you're just letting the band trace the curves of the bubble behind you and in front of you. And we take it here, opening the chest. You'll feel that work in the shoulder joints. And it's helpful to do this in front of a mirror so that you can see that the band stays parallel to the ground no matter where you are in the circle. And that way you work both of the shoulders equally in this rotational movement. Do one more. A lot of my clients keep one of these at their desk and periodically stand up and just do this to take tension out of the shoulders and neck. It's a really good idea. Excellent. Then from here, we're going to drop one end of the band down onto the floor, and the band's going to end up on the outside of your body. So be sort of like this. And I like to take the band on the outside of the hand and then wrap the end around a couple of times. Pull your elbow in by your waist, wrist is straight, and then you punch straight up so the band is to the outside of the arm, between the elbow and the shoulder. Lean your hip into the band and side bend over to stretch. You can bend the inside leg. You can really take the legs apart and just sway here and let your other arm drape to the floor so let it hang directly down. And keep reaching for the ground with that little arm as you come upright. Shift your weight, and then the elbow bends forward to bring the band down. And again, you can shift up on the band or pay it out as needed. So we lift, going up. Hip is out, the band is racing straight on your side. Sway to the side, opening up your ribs. You can even look up at your hand, which will help bring your head back in line with your shoulders, with your spine. And then come up. And then lower, slow enough that you feel that you're having some work here resisting the pull of the strap. For that, we might have to check up on the band a little more. I'm going to try that myself. And let's see. So punch up. And then press it out. Body side bends like a bow here. And then bring it upright. And then pull that down slowly. It's great. How does that feel? Basic, right? And then we'll go to the other side. So with the foot firmly grabbing the end of the band, so their band's going to be on the outside of your body. And if you don't have a band that's this long, you can also do this on your knees with the band under your knees. I recommend a lot of padding for the knees in that case, and maybe a wall between the thighs. So here we push up with the arm, straight wrist, and then lean the hip out into it. It comes right on your side seat. The other arm dangles to the floor, and then pull yourself up. And let the elbow bend down. And then again, inhale, push up strong into the band. Find your side bend. Tip over here, reach out. And then lift and pull up. And we bend the elbow down like so. Again, reach for the sky. Tip your ear to your shoulder. Sway to one side. We keep the center balance right over the space between your feet. And then you can come upright, the elbow lowers with control. And we'll just do one more. High, bend here. Imagine laying a weight in the free hand, the dangling arm, so you really drop it down. And then as you come up, try to imagine that hand stays where it is as you lift, but you can get a feeling of the shoulder relaxing, releasing away from your neck. It's lovely. Okay. So here, we are going to go to the knees and just do a little bit of some bicep and tricep work. So you want to kneel. Again, here, sorry, you could have done a side bend stretch also. And then you want to choke up on the band enough that when you're standing here holding the band, it's literally pulling your shoulders down your back. So let's have the palms back, the thumbs in, and pull the arms back, straight arms. Opening your chest, feeling the work in your tricep, and then slowly bring the arms forward. So we're going to pull back with the arms, working against the strap. Knuckles are reaching down the back so the wrist is straight in alignment with the angled arm, and then we bring that forward. And we do it again. So we pull back. Exhale forward here. And now let's take it back, hold it back. The weights pull together behind you. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale, let's look to your right. Your eyes curve down to the floor behind you. And exhale, bring your gaze back to center on the horizon. And then inhale, look to your left. I'm looking to my right. But the eyes circle back and down in a sweeping curve. And exhale, the gaze comes up into the horizon as you come center. Inhale, reach the arms back one more time. And then finally, exhale, bring them forward. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit there. We'll do it again, starting with the head turn in the opposite direction. So we reach back. We're straight again. Exhale, belly deepens, navel to spine. Inhale, you're looking to your left this time. I'm looking to my right. And exhale, back to center. Inhale here, look to your right. See how far the head turns without straining the neck. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms back. And then exhale, pull forward. And now we're taking the arms back and holding them back to pulse up and away 8 times, reaching up 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reach, hold, and then bring the arms forward and down. Your biceps, you want to pay it out a little bit and start with your elbows by your waist. Curl the palms. Palms are facing up, and you curl the knuckles up a little bit, just sort of cupping the wrist and the palm. And now here, we're just pull the band up towards your shoulders, and exhale, take it down slow enough that you feel that you're resisting the pull of your straps, of the TheraBand. And inhale, lift. And exhale, and release. And of course, you could also do this, with hand weights. Coming up. Exhale, find that resistance to both gravity and to the pull of the strap. Elbows hug in by your waistline, and we pull again. Exhale, moving slowly. Just do one more like this here. Up and lift. And exhale, and then release. Okay. And then we can alternate. One arm comes up, and as it lowers, the other one's coming up slowly. Reciprocal movement, so they're moving at the same time in opposite directions. Just watch that you don't go into wrist extension. That can pull a lot of tension into your carpal tunnel. And we'll do that again. And then just bring both hands up, and then release down, take your time. Which is good. All right, so from here, come up to standing. This one comes from the Franklin method, my teacher, Eric Franklin. And we're taking the strap over one shoulder. The strap should be sort of wide here, just coming right over the edge of the scapula here in the corner. If you cap sleeve, your sleeve just came over just a little further like an epaulette. And then we're taking the part that's on the back and the part that's at the front and pull them around here to pull down on the band, lower than your hip. Try to bring the band down low enough that the arm is just about straight. And maybe even pull the knuckles down so the wrist is straight here too. There'll be tension here on the shoulder, right? And then with that arm, just relax at your side. We'll pull the shoulder blade up as high as it goes. Keep it wanting to lift in case your earlobe, and then exhale, sink the shoulder down slowly and reach as far as you can to the floor with that free hand. So one hand is pulling down on the strap, the other arm is lifting the strap with the shoulder blade. It comes up high, the neck shortens, and then as you exhale, lowering it down, the blade slides down your back, reaches to the floor, and the neck gets longer on that side of the body. So this is called Miss America because of the lovely pageant strap here that we're wearing. Up the shoulder, and exhale, and sink it down, reach it down low. And we'll do that again once more, coming up. And exhale, and bring it low. Now go ahead here, bend your elbow, and then we're pulling the elbow around to the front of the body, and then circling around, semicircling around towards your spine to the back. So we're moving the shoulder blade towards the front, coming around the rib cage, and then we're moving the shoulder blade back and towards the spine. It's good. And you still have some tension with the strap on top of the shoulder. This is helping muscles here, some of the neck muscles coming in and attached to the shoulder blade of your collarbone. Get a little feel of a drag down. So the shoulder can release away from your ears. You can feel when the elbow comes forward, you get some extra space between the blades. And then when the elbow comes around behind you, you feel the blades narrow and the chest widens on that side. We'll come back to center, just release the arm down, and now it circles. So we pull the shoulder blade up and then forward, down, and then back. Really luxuriate in the sensation of rolling the blade here on your ribs. Yeah, that looks lovely. It's back goes high, it comes forward and around. We'll do one more like this. But you're maintaining the tension with the pull down of the other hand into the strap, and now reverse it. Forward and up, back, down, and around. Moving the spine still, the hip quiet as you move the shoulder blade here on the rib cage. It's a lot of gliding capacity, and too often we just have it stuck either too high up by the ears, or often people mistakenly try to just keep pulling it down and back, trying to improve their posture. Really gets them into more trouble with movement and alignment. Because you can't hold something still and expect everything to move freely. Here we go, we bring that back to center. And now go ahead and release the band. And then, yes, feel how that shoulder has dropped, even if you just drop your band. And you should be able to see or feel that the side that you work, that arm is longer than the other one. Bring the hands forward. The shoulder that you work, the arm that you worked, we have the fingertips reaching a little longer than the other arm. And you can bend the elbows to see the truth of that. And then we're going for the other side. Hopefully it feels a lot more relaxed and at ease on the side that we worked. All right, so now this American exercise on the other side. So we'll pull this down. Want the band to be sort of wide. And the edge of the band is just over the edge of your shoulder blade here at the top of the shoulder, the top end of the arm. And we can pull down with a straight arm, straight wrist hopefully. Your band is long enough to do that. These are plenty long. And here we're pulling this up. And then pulling maybe a little closer in towards your neck too. There we go. And then lift it high. And exhale, sink it down low. Push your fingers from the floor. The band pulls up here as high as a lift towards your earlobe. And then exhale, sink it down. Again. exhale and melt it down. Reach for the ground, fingers towards the floor, and draw it up again. It rises on the inhale and releases down, down, down on your exhale. One last one. Up, and then release it towards the ground. Good. And then we bend the elbow, and we pull that elbow around towards the front of the belly, and then swing it around towards the spine. Forward, the blade moves away from the spine. Pulling the elbow in a semicircle around the body. That scapula pulls in towards the spine and opens the chest. Just breathe as you go. And try not to rotate the torso. It's all right, I did it too. And just hold the body steady. Eyes forward on a focal point will help you stabilize the central part of your body. Primary skeleton or the secondary part moves around. Okay, and then we'll lower the arm down. And now begin the circles. So the shoulder blade pulls up, when the earlobe comes forward, down, back, around and up. Sometimes you end up feeling little, like clunking feelings in the bones. Lift forward and around. But that should diminish. Of course, like any exercise here, if something causes pain, pause, think of a different modification, or you can go back and do an earlier exercise. Complete the circle, and then let's reverse it, forward and up, back down and around. And once you start the movement, it just continues rolling here on top of your ribcage. Stretch the back, and then you also stretch the pecs while you do this. And one final circle. And then we can take this off, drop it to the side, and see if you feel like just more mobility there in your shoulders. Turn your head, see if you feel more mobility in your neck, maybe. Great. All right. So we're going to come down to the ground here. And first, we're going to just do some work with the hips, opening them up. Some people were traveling with enough break and might need a chance to unwind some of the tension from travel. So we'll begin, pull the right knee into your chest, hug it in nice and tight, and stretch the left leg long, right out of your hip joint. As you pull that in now, with the stretch maybe in the back of the thigh, maybe in the quad if you pull the right down in towards your sits bone. Just be careful of your knee. From here, let's do a little stir. So with your right hand on the right knee, you're circling the leg on the socket. Doesn't have to be large, you just want to get some smooth movement here. Welling out the hip joint. And then complete that circle and reverse it. Trying to hold the pelvic girdle heavy here on the mat. Like the back of the body, the torso is glued to the ground wherever it touches the floor. So mobilizing the joints like this really helps prevent arthritis and also helps you find a way to feel the center of the joint. Now here we'll pull the right knee out to the sides, up towards the right armpit. The thighs a little bit to the outside of the rib cage. And you can also drop the leg slightly towards the ground to feel maybe a stretch in the inner thigh. Just be sure you haven't tipped the pelvis to the right. Keep that left side heavy on the ground. And now we'll pull that knee back across the body and up on a high diagonal towards the left shoulder, the left armpit, as you reach out long through your right sits bone in the opposite direction across the room. It won't go very far, obviously, it runs into the abdominal wall. And now right hand on the knee. We'll bring the knee out to the side so that the thigh is perpendicular to your body. And again, still weight into that left hip. If you want, you can lower the edge of the foot down to the ground, or you can hold it up to get a little bit more weight. You could also support the leg from underneath, or press down on it from above. Just figure out what gives you the better stretch, a little feeling of more openness. It feels good to you. Then we'll pull the knee up and switch hands now, the left hand to the knee, the right arm extends out, and pull the knee across the body, spiraling the spine off of the mat, but keeping the right shoulder blade down. Turn your head to look out along the right arm as it reaches for the wall and come up. And you can pull that knee down to get enough stretch here in the back and the sacrum, even maybe into a little bit of the area of butt blades. Take one more breath here. And then roll it out from the shoulder to the waist to the hip. And now pull the knee into your chest again, centering that leg in line with the hip joint. And then we can slide that leg forward and out. Shake it out. A little bit of external rotation. Feel that. And here we go, pulling the left knee in. So we'll pull it into the body. Reach long through the sit bone. Maybe even think of wagging it toward the right to help lower the waist line a little bit lower, really pulling the hip bone down, which gives you a further stretch of openness in your waist. And now we'll pull the left knee out to the side and then up towards the left armpit while putting more weight into the right hip, the right shoulder, and the right arm. And then we'll bring the leg across the body, switch hands to right hand on the knee, pull the knee up on a diagonal towards the right armpit, the right shoulder. Maybe take your hand on the left hip and push that down a little bit. Again, it won't go very far, but you want the angle to be right so you feel stretch laterally in the thigh and into the glute. And then we can release that, pull it back and out to the left. Right hip is dropping into the ground. Again, you can have the foot down, foot up, foot opens, and try to counter rotate the hips away from the weight of that leg. Try pushing it slightly away from the hip to create a little bit more space, a little stretch in the muscle, a little openness in the joint. And now we can pull the leg up, center it, and then pull it across the body with the right hand. Spiraling the hip off the ground, extending the left arm out, back of the arm to the floor, the palm up. Gaze out along the fingertips. Getting a nice big rotation here through your spine. When you move into the stretches, you want to think of a nice lengthening inhale and then deep relaxing exhale. Back from the shoulder to the waist to the glute, pull the knee up, and now embrace it in towards your chest. Watch that your shoulders are not pulling up by your ears, but they're relaxing down your body. And then we can release that leg forward, give it a little shake. Great, good. We're going to do a little bit more here with the roller on shoulders and hips. So pull the right knee in and up, right up. And then we can grab a roller. I actually put a ball as a good. Right. So you set, be grounded about 45 inches apart. Support the base of your skull with your hands. And then we're arching the upper body as you bring it back and all that into your hands, thumbs a little mix, a little ridge, elbows dropping wide and back, and the tail sinking into the ground. Exhale, chin to chest. Use your hands to lift the head, curve forward, down your nose into the belly. We curve the tail up, we pull the elbows down in towards that ankle, stretching the back of your spine, and then arc, taking the tail, and then lifting the eyes up across the ceiling and behind you. Your elbows will open like wings here as you get the stretch from your jaw to your tail. Exhale that line of muscle, tail to jaw, stretch forward together as you rock here on the sacrum, the tail pulling up towards your gaze pulling down towards the tail, and the elbows narrow so the back broadens, the weights pull apart behind you. And then we arch back again. Just be sure that the roller's in the place that gives you the extension in the thoracic spine that you want. If it's too much arch, you're going to bring it a little higher to the shoulders. If it's not enough arch, you of course bring it lower towards your bottom of your rib cage. We'll do one more. Inhale to arch back. You feel the roller roll under your shoulder blades and exhale forward. And then from here, you pull the feet in a little closer, stand on your feet, lift your hips, and we're rolling from the top of the shoulders, the body in extension that hips high, down, and then lift your head, lower your hips as you push away from the feet, just to the base of the ribs. Move along the roller here. And the higher the hips are, the more you can get into the upper part of the blade, the more relief you'll find in your neck, because so many of the neck muscles attach there to the upper shoulder blade. And see if you notice that one side, the right or the left, it's tighter. Information is where you want to think about opening and releasing as we work through the roller work. I wish you could sort of come back to center. Let's rotate to one side and go up and down the lateral edge of your blade. Push and pull with the legs. Stay off the ground. If it's too much for your hamstrings, sometimes they are not cooperating, they cramp a little bit. You could just lower your hips down and then rock side to side with the thoracic spine of the rib cage here. And now let's go big twist to the opposite side. Up and down. Push and pull with your legs. And we get that rotation here, so only on one of the shoulder blades. Here we're trying to have a big twist of the lateral edge. And then we're going to come back to center. And then just shift about 2 inches away from the spine. Really lift your hips high, drop your head, and we're trying to find the upper inner edge of that blade. That's where the levator scap comes in. It's one of those muscles that's notoriously tight when you're stressed or maybe been at the computer for too long. And then we're going to go to the other side. And again, keep the hips up in the air. Try to find a medial upper edge of the blade. 2 inches to the side of the spine. And then we'll come back to center and lower the hips down. Perfect. I know, right? Feeling better? All right, next we'll bring this under the hips. Really down onto your back. Lift the hips up and take it across the sacrum. And then switch here, pull one knee in and the other to balance here. Holding onto the roller so that it doesn't slide forward. Bring your knees over to the right and turn your knee to the left. Do a nice massage of the tissue of the glute. And now exhale, pull back to center and then to the other side. You look away from your knees. I feel like you open the chest if you keep the shoulder blades rounded, no matter which way the lips are falling. Now by swinging the knees, you get a lot of easy stretch feeling here in your body. But you might want to think about using more core by picking picking up your left hip to bring the pelvis tilted over to the right, and that will bring the legs with it. And then you put the knees to the right, pick up the right hip and press and pull it up, over, and across to move your legs. So now you're really asking the obliques to do most of the work here. Okay, when exhale, as you pick up the weight of the pelvis, the weight of the legs, with the muscles in your core. So maybe an inhale as you fall towards the ground with your legs, but an exhale as you pick the knees up and bring them to vertical, and then inhale as they go over to the side. And we'll end after this one, and then come back to center, pull the legs to center. And now here, we're picking up to the ceiling. Just leave them up and let's do a point flex. Inhale to point, exhale to flex, curl the toes down, lift the heels up. Really articulate through the feet. So you feel that lovely stretch in your calves as the heels go high. And then the stretch across the top of the foot and ankle as you point your toes forward and up. You can also bring the legs back just a little bit to see if you enjoy the feeling of stretching the hamstring too. And then soft point, the right leg comes towards your shoulder, the left leg reaches out and down, scissor split. And then we'll inhale to switch the legs, they slide past each other, they're about 4 inches apart. And then we sweep them in the other direction. So we inhale for one direction and exhale for the next. Soft with the toes. Leave air flowing through them as you push the air aside, cutting through the air. Like the blades of the scissors here. Before you get a little stretch across the hip, and then also a nice stretch in the back of your leg. And then we'll lift both legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate heels together, toes apart, and put the legs apart sideways. And exhale, pull the upper inner thighs together to close the heels. I'm going to do that again. Gaze is up, your gaze is soft. Inhale, open. The gravity assist you. Exhale, and resist it coming up. Closing, working through those inner thighs you just stretched. And one more time. With an equidistant from center. And exhale to close. Now alternate. The right leg goes out to the side. The left hip is heavy. It's grounded. Exhale and drag the right leg up to the top. Leave it there, and the left leg sweeps down and out. It's coming down the side of the rainbow, and then you pull it up, 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 till the heels click together. And let's take the right leg out and down. Exhale, lift. Take your time. You want to resist momentum, you want to resist gravity. To feel that work. And still be able to keep the movement smooth. One more time. First one to the right. Lengthen and then draw it up. Inhale, the left leg reaches down the curve, stretches the inner thigh. Exhale and pull it on up to the top. From here, let's frog in. And frog up and out on a high stretch. And then frog in now. We'd like the legs to go out enough that you feel that your low abs are working to support the weight of the legs without taking the pelvis into too much of an arch back. And the inside edge of the heels press together so you're aware of the muscular line down your inner thighs. All the way down to the middle. Reach. And then come back in. Parallel legs now. The bicycle one leg goes up and forward. As it pulls in, the other leg stretches and reaches away. Ideally, at some point, look to be able to get the toes softly to the mat, slide the toes in towards the roller and your hips before you pick it up and extend the way back over your chest. And then we'll reverse a back pedal. Just legs down to the mat and skates along it. So just skim the floor before you lift it straight, like up and back, keep it straight as long as you can. You will have to bend eventually, and then that's the place at which you start to move it forward. So holding the roller steady under your hips, but always if you lose track of it, of course, stop and reposition. We'll bring the legs back up to the ceiling. And now left leg back by your chest, right leg forward. We rotate the legs as we circle them out wide around. Imagine yourself holding a large inflated ball between your feet, between your ankles, and spin the ball here up in the air, right over the center of the pelvis. You don't want the legs to go too far forward and down. That could be too much for the lower back. Focus on the rotation of the femur on the hip joint as you do this, and you're still drawing a big circle on the ceiling above you. This is such a gift to your hips. And then one last time. And then both legs up to the ceiling. Now bend your knees. I will lower the left foot to the ground. Foot is anchored up to the floor, the right leg lifts to the ceiling. And then you point the foot, you reach out and down. One leg lower lift. With a stretch across the hip. Exhale and lift it up. And then we press it forward again. Just reach it out and down. You can always bend the knee if it's too much arch in your spine. Lengthen, exhale, and push down into the arch to pull up with the leg. Now while you're doing this, watch the left knee doesn't fall out to the side. You want to still be grounded on the inside edge of your left foot. And imagine that left leg like leaning into a wall here between your legs. Right leg slides up the other side of the wall and then down the other side of the wall. And then we'll pick the right leg up, bend the knee. Let's switch the feet. Right leg down, left leg in, and then extend the left leg up. And now sweep it forward. Really reach across the room, land, exhale, and pull it up. Take your time, feel that length in the back of your leg. And then forward and out. Touch down. Exhale, pull it up now. High, and we'll do that again. Tap down here. Lengthen, exhale, lift. Remember, don't let the right knee just fall sideways. Keep the foot grounded inside and outside so that the knee stays vertical here in the air. Do a couple more. It's always an exhale to pick the leg up with gravity and an inhale to lengthen and stretching down to the end of the mat. One more time to go up. And then bend that knee in, lower the foot, and we're going to lift the hips up and slide the roller out from underneath. And then just settle your hips down, stretch out the legs for a second. And just see how much more open and relaxed you feel through your legs, through your hips, and your lower back. We're going to come up now and take the roller across under your neck. And then bend your knees. Feet are apart, not quite the width of your mat, maybe just about the width of the hips, and not the knees in for support. You bring your hands here to the outside of the roller, and slowly turn your head from side to side, massaging out that occipital ridge here at the base of the skull. And then when you come center, change the angle of your head like you're lifting your chin and lowering it, and then go from side to side there. So you're on a different part of the connective tissue of the skull, or maybe a different part of the neck, find the place that really helps you. And of course, if you find a spot that needs help, you can stay there and do micro movements right into that part that's particularly tight for you. Just experiment with changing the angle of the eyes, the angle of the head on the neck to get the massage that you need. And then we're coming up. We'll take the roller down and then rest your front leg, heel from the front leg of the roller to do a roller now. So if you find it challenging, you can also use the bare band around your feet. But just for stretch forward, reach your fingers out long, pull your waist back, stretch the spine out, and then we'll start to roll back with the arms. Try to reach the feet forward, curve the back into the ground. And as you go back, rest your head and stretch the arms way back behind you. We will lift the arms up here, shoulder blades sink. Exhale, curve over your legs. This is obviously harder than having your legs on the ground, but you get more of a stretch, but you also don't have as much of a closing of the chain. So you're working a bit harder through your core while you do this. Up, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, big exhale before you pull the ribs up. Try to see if you can work both sides equally, so like the stronger side isn't pulled forward first. If you feel that one side is initiating the movement more than the other, just think about asking the other side to lead the way. The body doesn't always need to be micromanaged. Sometimes it really just goes better with like a general directive. We bring it back down. Yeah. Back over and forward. And back you go. Just massaging out your spine as you move here fluidly through the air. And one more time to come up. Exhale to the hardest part. Bounce over your legs. And let's lead the right leg up and pull the left leg in, pulling the knee out to the side. So it's sort of like a figure four position. And it's a figure four position. I'll turn this way so you can see. Okay, we're trying to get both hips down. Two sides will be different. This one's higher for me, it's tighter. So you could always like take a ball or something underneath that if you want a little more support for it. But we'll just take that fist behind us, push down into the ground, elbows slightly bent, pick up the chest, up towards the ceiling. The heart rises, your extension. Try to have equal weight on both sits bones. Then come back to center, look down the length of your leg, and slide your hands down the right leg towards the foot. So you're on a slight diagonal here. You'll feel a slight stretch when I move to the glute. And then stack the spine coming up, the hands go back behind. And we lift them up here. Stretch the belly, stretch the chest. And exhale, and go all the way forward. Stretch here, reach here. Articulate the spine to move the arms, hands down, elbows bent behind you. Try to pull the elbows together to get a little bit more width across the front of the chest wall. And exhale back. Good. We're going to switch the legs. Okay. And then slide forward. Reach. The belly pulls up into the spinal curve. And then stack your spine bottom to top. Imagine the tail sliding into the center of the earth. Your hands come behind you. Lift up and away. And come back. Look forward, look down. Look out on the diagonal of your leg. Reach here as far as you can with the head as well as the hands. And then articulate the back, lift it up like it's coming up, so the upper wall behind you. Push down, and now you waterfall the shoulders and then the head back over the wall. Look up at this beautiful sky we have here today. And then we're going over and down again. stretch this, reach it. Maybe feeling it getting a little lower towards your leg with every repetition, coming back up. Or here. And one more time. Coming forward and long. Step your spine coming up. And let's leave this right knee bent out on the external rotation. Pull the left one into internal rotation. So we're in what we call the C-sit. Right? So the right foot is up against the left thigh, like so. If that doesn't work for you, you can always go into straight legs in front of you. But we want to have the roller now to your right side. You move into a bit of a side bend. So we're going to first hold left hand to left thigh, lift the right arm, side bend, away from the roller. I know, it's so confusing, right, when you're looking at someone doing it in the opposite direction. And then coming upright, and then take your hand just at the wrist, slide along the forearm, and you side bend here. We don't go out too far, just have the roll a little further away from you, right under the armpit, and try to lift your waist up, lift your rib cage up, and really spread the ribs here on the top of your body. Push down with your forearm into the roller as you pull yourself up from the bottom to the top, and then side bend away. Try not to rotate, so really feel this right on your sideline, right on the seam here. If your shirt has a seam, might not. And then pull up, and then we take it out and over. Curve here, the head hangs in an arc itself. The line of the arm should sort of mimic the line of the neck and the head. That looks great. Push down with the arm, but pull up from your side seam, and side bend over here now. And we'll lift to come up and go over one more time. Good. And then bring your hand behind your head, rotate forward, and then spiral back. Come forward and around, take the elbows under the armpit, sweep it back behind you, your chest, back with your eyes, and one more time like this. Spin back here, come center, arm overhead, drop a little lower, feel a bigger stretch all the way to your hip bone press, and then pull yourself up. And we're going to the other side. So here we are. We'll take your hand to right side, the opposite side from the roller. Lift the arm up on the side of the roller, and then pull yourself away from it. Side bend here. Really anchor down through the sit bone on that side to increase the stretch. You might bring your gaze up to the fingertips to pull your head back if you feel like it's falling too far forward, and then over we go. Gonna pull this waistline up as you side bend here. Press with the arm, come upright, and here we go. Lift to pull up. Side bend over to stretch. Draw yourself up and over again. Up, we'll go over one more time. Head heavy, stretching the neck. And then bring your hand behind your skull and exhale forward. And inhale, spin back, open the chest, look right behind you. Exhale, forward and around. Inhale, spin back. Once more, exhale forward. Inhale, open here. Come back to center. And then the arm extends over. Find a bit more opening here through your ribs. You're opening an accordion. And then press through your arm. Come up. And it's great. So here, let's go onto our stomachs for this one. So we can lay the roller across the mat And then stretch out long. Again, we're gonna have roller. So the top between your wrist and your elbow is on the floor. And head is off the ground, ears suspended between arms, feet stretch back. Pull the head and the eyes and the heart forward and lift your roll in towards your body. Coming out and stretching the abdominal line. And then exhale, zip your belly into the ground from the pubic bone to the waist to the chest, and then look down at the floor. Now we do it again. So you widen the collarbone, pull the weights down and back behind you. So support of the roller to give you a little higher lift maybe than you would do otherwise. And then come down gradually. Keep your body centered. We're working for alignment of the spine, of course, and then roll this down in, just out, heart up. And release down so the abdominal line shortens as the back lengthens as you come down to the mat. And we'll do that one more time. And then lower control. Now, let's sit back in child's pose and pull the roller back with you. Actually, first, sitting on your feet if you can, otherwise sit wherever you're comfortable. Just want to show you what we're going to be doing too. After we do child's pose, we'll be doing a little lap pull. So if you lift both arms up in the air, you're going to pull the hands up high to lift the shoulders and then pull the shoulder blades down. So that way you're going to be pushing the roller away and looking back just with your scapula. You guys have done this.
Yeah, I just can't.
Oh,
kneel
so
on
do
my-
you Yeah. Yeah. It took me a while to get here too.
Yeah.
That's good. You can have your legs extended in front for sure. All right. So then into child's pose. And you know that too, like also if you're doing child's pose, you can like have a yoga mat rolled up like here. It makes it more comfortable for you sometimes.
Yeah, I can do that. I just.
Oh, not the full, because the weight's looking different.
Yeah, because I can go like that,
Oh, you sure can. Good.
but I just can't sit there.
Right. All right. So anyway, we're child's pose, and just stay here, breathe, and like think of curling the tail under to stretch out the low back here. Let the hip hang. So with the legs more in parallel underneath your chest, you get more of a stretch of the lower back. If you wanted more of a hip opening, the knees would come out to the side. But in any case, now from here, we're sliding the shoulders up by the ears to push the roller away from the stretch in your armpit, in your lap, but also maybe in the front of the chest and the head. And then you pull the blades down your back and the roller moves back towards your body. So you slide that forward and back. So the head stays in position, the hips stay in position. We're just moving the blades. Again, it's important to be able to mobilize your shoulder blades on your back so that you have the right kind of mobility in the arms when you need it. And then let's pull the roller back, step your step around to the top, and then we'll be done for today. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
It would be lonely without you.
My.
And I hope that made everyone feel better.
Oh yes. Perfect.